Welcome to the Hemlock State Explorer. We're glad you're here with us on a late winter beautiful day. What you're looking at in front of you is the swollen and fast Susquehanna. Looks very different than a few months ago over the summer, where right where the camera is pointing there were rocks that you could walk out several hundred feet into the river. It was so low. We didn't have rain in the area for about a month and a half, but you can see that it's all changed. Right now we are at the mysterious Gut Road. This is a very interesting place, really known only to locals. We're a little over a mile south of Cadorus Furnace. You can hear how windy it is. It's a beautiful late winter day. The winter aconite are blooming, and we saw some snowdrops up here too. There we are. So the spring wildflowers are upon us. Gut Road is a gravel road really only known by the locals of eastern York County, and it's used as a shortcut between the Saginaw area and York Haven to avoid going through the town of Mount Wolf if you're traveling up along the river. And here you can see the river. It's a very popular spot for fishermen and also for bikers and walkers as well. But there are some secrets hidden here that very few people know about, and I'd love to share them with you, so stick with us. Please do us a favor. If you find this video profitable, please like it, share it, and subscribe to it. And you can find all of our adventures at hemlockstateexplorer.com. Whether you're a hardcore hiker, you are interested in a casual constitutional, or you just want to get the family out of the house but aren't quite sure where to go, or maybe you're looking for new and interesting places, you have found the right resource, Hemlock State Explorer, where we've been to literally hundreds of places around the state and the Northeast, and we just love sharing them with you. So check out all of our adventures at hemlockstateexplorer.com, but not quite yet. Stick with us because we're about to reveal to you the secrets of the Black Gut. Our first point of interest, our first secret of the Black Gut, is just beyond this railroad bridge. Let's go see what's inside. All right, we are down in, and there are two ways to get here. You can either go down to the river and go underneath this bridge, which when the river is low, it's dry and you can walk through no problem, or you can jump down and then climb back out using those rocks, and you can see there are protrusions made just for hands and feet. Not really made that way for that purpose, but that's what we use them for. Let's go see what's back here. It's as if this was made with explorers in mind. I'm sure it's not, but this is so cool. The wind's picking up down in this ravine. Watch out, the rocks are a little bit slippery on account of the recent rain and snow melt. But here we are approaching this mysterious drainage tunnel, and look, pieces of, I guess, rail wheels of some sort. Whoa, okay. A concrete tunnel with it looks like it's on a big rock slab we can just hopefully walk right across. There's a little bit of ice. We'll have to be very careful as we're navigating through here, but it looks to be mostly dry. Some stalactites. Okay, we've turned on the light. Let's explore and see how far back this goes. So whoever would have thought this is here? Well, I guess a lot of people have visited, as is evident from the graffiti, unfortunately, but what an interesting find. A big rock to step over. It's turning now. There's a curve in it. Looks like there's a hollow underneath the concrete. And this whole time we've been walking, well, not the entire time, but mostly walking on a big rock slab. And here the ground is just gravel and pebbles, but here's the exit already. So that was really only about a minute's walk until we reach this, and there's a big log jam we'll need to climb up over. Wow, I wonder what's out here on this other side. Ah, interesting. Looks like a big, I don't know, a big eroded portion of the ravine. Looks like clay on the side, some kind of white clay material. Okay. Well, now we're protected from the wind. You can hear it above, and it was whipping as we were walking along Gut Road. Wow. And look, there's abandoned structures up there. So I wonder if this white material here is waste that may have been dumped. It almost reminds me of the nearby white cliffs of Kanoi. Looks to be some like trash concrete or waste stones. Yeah, I really wonder what that was. Let's follow this and see where it goes. So I did look on a map before coming here, a satellite map, and it looks like there's an old quarry, now a pond, back in this general area. So maybe this was related to the, oh, here's some more structures along the side of the ravine. Maybe this was related to the mining activities. About 1,000 feet past these abandoned concrete structures, presumably associated with either the railroad or the quarry, and this eroded clay-looking area, the trail, I guess you can call this a trail, it looks like a runoff bed, but the trail encounters private property, so we turned around, and you can see clearly marked, if I zoom in, yeah, we see a purple marking indicating that that's private property as well, and the owners don't want us up there. But at any rate, this is such an interesting find. One of the things interesting about southeastern Pennsylvania is so much of it was industrialized, and all the forests that now exist in this area have been clear cut many times. There's a foundation right there. But anyway, have been clear cut multiple times. So hidden in the woods and hidden in back areas tucked away are interesting finds like this, remnants of our industrial history, remnants of people's jobs and livelihoods just waiting to be explored. Let's head back through the tunnel, and there's more yet adventure to be had. We're at the western end of the tunnel, that is the end of the tunnel furthest from the Susquehanna, and as you can see, it is nearly completely obscured by a log jam. You can only see that top right corner of the concrete, but we're about to climb back in, and you can join us for the return trip through this really amazing tunnel. Let me put the light back on, there we go. Enjoy. How often can you find something like this? Oh, look at this, a big wolf spider. Can't see any light. Oh, just starting to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Be careful because the ground is not level here. It's just a lot of rock slab. And here you can see just some bigger pieces of rocks. That was a short walk. Right now we're back on some dirt ground. What a fascinating place. Alright, so if you're looking for somewhere cool with which to impress the kids, this would be a really nice place to go to. You just have to get them down here and get them back out. I don't know if they'd be able to climb out the way we are, but if the river is low, you can walk underneath the bridge of the road of Gut Road that you see before you. Here's that old wheel, maybe having to do with the railroad. I'm not sure. Here's the railroad directly above us. An old metal cable. That in itself is pretty cool. Be careful of this mossy area. Moss on rocks typically means wet. Yeah, that was a little slippery. Alright, so now we need to figure out how to climb up out of here. Worst comes to worst, we can walk through that the Susquehanna coming up through the bridge here. Underneath the bridge there's a deer carcass, so not too inclined to walk through there. There's a truck that just passed above us. Let's see if we can climb up this way. Heading north on Gut Road, only about 3/4 of a mile past the previous railroad bridge, we come to another mysterious railroad bridge and the second secret of the Black Gut. Like the previous railroad bridge, you can either jump down in or you can go underneath the bridge over this Hartman Run that flows into the Black Gut. The water isn't as high here, so we'll opt for walking underneath the bridge. Here we are. Well, that was easy enough. If you need to climb back out of here, if this is too high, you can easily jump down from the road right there, and it looks like there's even some rocks that you could use to boost you up. But here we are passing underneath this amazing old stone railroad bridge. We're going to navigate around this water if we can. We'll make use of these rocks and a log. There we go. Alright, we'll pass underneath the railroad bridge, and through this ravine is the second secret of the Black Gut. Only about 250 feet from Gut Road, after passing through the railroad tunnel, we arrive at the second secret of Gut Road, this beautiful, small but beautiful, two-tiered waterfall. So this is not a massive torrent, but it's an interesting find and beautiful nonetheless. This is probably the biggest it gets in terms of volume because we've had a lot of rain and snow melt lately, and as you saw, the river was quite high. It's small, but beautiful. Here's a close-up of the top tier of the waterfall. You can see the ravine splits. Let me zoom out. The ravine splits on the side of this hill, and you can see a large rock formation sticking out of the top. But check out that sun just glistening off the water. We're approaching our turnaround point where Gut Road meets Wago Road, and we're standing on a log sticking out into the Black Gut, and you can actually see a rail yard in the trees beyond up on that hill. And as I pan around, you can see that the Black Gut, which was really a raging, swelling stream, is at this point turning into almost a swamp-like area. You can still see the main channel flowing right there, but it does get swampy, and then it just fizzles out up at our turnaround point where Hartman Run flows into the Black Gut. And there's some interesting, fascinating history about that. In the 19th century, a booming lumber port known as Ives Landing was located on Bruner Island. Reading from George R. Prowell's History of York County, Pennsylvania, Volume 1, page 1017, quote, "Among the early settlers west of the Susquehanna was Peter Ibe, who took up the fertile land forming a delta between the mouths of the Conewago Creek. As the lumber interests up the river developed, a section of his farm became one of the most important landing places for this valuable product along the stream. There was a demand for pine lumber, and from this landing place, York and a broad area of the country were largely supplied for more than half a century. But the importance of Ives Landing declined when the steam sawmills were built at York Haven and Goldsboro, and when the Northern Central Railway was completed." You can see the delta on the 1821 Small and Wagner map of York County, with the main body of the Conewago Creek flowing north into the Susquehanna River at York Haven, and two branches of the Gut flowing into the Susquehanna. One branch being a channel between Bruner and Lowes Island, and the other entering the Susquehanna at the southern tip of Lowes Island. The three-branched delta also appears in the 1876 Pomeroy-Whitman Atlas of York County. George R. Powell continues, quote, "The Gut is a singular freak of nature. Sometime not long before the settlement of York County by the whites, the big Conewago Creek, on account of the high water, overflowed its banks and cut a deep channel 2 miles in length, causing the southern branch to flow into the Susquehanna at New Holland." End quote. New Holland is the present-day village of Saginaw. Resuming, quote, "While the main branch of the creek flows into the river 3 miles further up the stream at York Haven. During times of high water, the Gut is a rapid stream, but in dry seasons it is sluggish and sometimes altogether dry. Within this irregularly shaped delta is contained about 5 square miles of excellent alluvial soil. The river Gut is a branch half a mile in length passing from the Gut to the Susquehanna. A singular phenomenon is illustrated. When the river is high, the water flows toward the creek. When the creek is high, it flows towards the river. It is a true bifurcation." End quote. However, the Black Gut appears very different today. The small channel that once separated Bruner Island and Lowes Island was filled in to create a single landmass prior to construction of the Bruner Island Electric Station. The Black Gut is now separated from the Conewago Creek, which flows into the Susquehanna at York Haven, and the Black Gut is instead fed by Hartman Run. After 2 miles on Gut Road, we've reached our turnaround point. There's Wago Road up ahead. You can see a small parking lot here on this northern end of Gut Road, and here's Hartman Run, and this feeds the Black Gut, but the Black Gut just fizzles out after this. You can see there's a road up ahead and Bruner Island electric generation plant, but no more Black Gut. And we are back where we started at the boat launch. But what a great adventure. A very easy multi-use trail, well actually a road. We saw some runners, you can ride bikes on it, you can simply have a nice walk on it. It's so flat that you could even push a stroller on it and get the little ones out. However, if there's traffic, especially in the drier months, it does kick up a bit of dust, so just be aware of that. Wow, the river's really flowing. But anyway, it was a 4-mile out and back, excluding our excursions back into the mysterious tunnel and that wonderful waterfall, small but beautiful. And if you're a waterfall connoisseur, a waterfall collector, I would wager that you probably didn't even know about that. I didn't until I learned it from the locals. But we hope you enjoyed your time with us. Oh wow, look at that beautiful view of the Susquehanna. We really hope you can get out here yourself and check out all of our adventures at hemlockstateexplorer.com. And we hope to see you on our next adventure.